Welcome to Winds of Whimsy. Today, I'm taking a project that started as a Christmas idea and completely flipping it into a spring makeover. I had originally painted this tray bright red for the holidays, and then I realized, well, Christmas is long gone, and I'm craving the lighter, brighter colors of spring. So let's turn this forgotten Christmas tray into something soft, vintage, and floral. Let me know in the comments if you have ever completely reversed course on a project. The tray started in a bold Christmas red, but to give myself a fresh canvas, I covered it with a neutral primer. Clean slate, new season, new inspiration. I'm pulling my color palette from a buffet I've been working on, well, since before Christmas. Hopefully more to come on that soon. And it's full of soft pinks, corals, and that vintage layered goodness that I love. My first layer of color is going to be Debi's DIY Cherry Picked, and I mixed this with salt wash. Debi's is a clay-based mineral paint that does not include a top coat within it. I love this paint for its blendability. I love using salt wash because it gives me that perfectly imperfect, chippy, and time-worn feel. Okay, here we go with the first of many layers of paint. The thickened paint works beautifully with the IOD silicone scrapers, and I use random strokes to lay it on. These strokes will peek through later and give me that vintage layered story. Here I'm using a brush to get in that tight space where the base comes together with the sides. The scraper won't get in close enough to that edge. What do you think? It's kind of an ugly mess right now, but it's going to get even uglier. My vision for this tray is that it looks aged and worn, like it has collected decades of paint colors. For this second layer, I'm mixing the salt wash again into Cowgirl Coral and Petticoat Pink, which are also Debi's DIY clay-based paints. I scrape these into the areas where I expect the stamped florals to land later. Told you this one was going to get uglier before it turns beautiful. Do you think I can turn this hot mess into something pretty? We'll see. Okay, I'm choosing to seal the paint at this point. Debi's does not have a built-in top coat, as I said, so it will, if it's activated with water, you can wipe it off. I really want these colors to stay put where they are for what's coming on top of them. So I'm giving it a quick seal, and I will let that dry. Now for my next layer, it will be Debi's DIY Apothecary. Adding some salt wash. Nope, I didn't add salt wash to this one. I just scraped it on top, but I'm using the same technique, as you will see. Now for vintage linen. Again, Debi's DIY. This soft vintage white pulls everything together and sets the stage for the spring florals we're going to stamp on. The IOD Holly and Pine stamp will help us create the wreath. To get the perfect green, I am mixing IOD ink in Newgrass Stone Gray, the mixing white, and I believe I added a tiny drop of China Blue. I love custom mixing colors and applying them with the brayer. This is my practice paper where I laid out what my design would look like. I'm trying to gauge where to stamp so that these are going to fit approximately the same way as they did on this paper when I put them on this final surface. I like to offload my first impression onto some paper. I feel like that just helps to get a cleaner impression if you ink it, stamp it on paper, and then re-ink. It helps you to get an even coverage. Here we go, the first one onto the tray. Let's see how it turns out. Beautiful, look at that image. So much detail in these stamps. They're so fun. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is a tiny bit of that pink and coral peeking through where that rose is. I don't show it here, but I did use a baby wipe to pull back some of that vintage lace on the top, showing those other colors. So I worked my way around, stamping 4 of these images to lay out the base shape of my wreath. So because I'm going to have a little overlap here, I do add a mask. And we'll continue to use the masks as we add some more layers of different stamps. Now I'm going to add another type of greenery from this stamp set. I want it to be in the background, so I'm placing that mask, goodness, I couldn't think of the word, the mask over top of that first image, and that will allow these additional pieces of greenery to be in the background versus the foreground. You always start with the pieces you want in the foreground, and you add your pieces in the background using the masks to help you achieve that effect. I do just ever so slightly offset that mask to allow me to get contact with the previous stamp, but not a lot of overlap. If you don't ever so slightly offset it, you might get a white space, which can be fixed also, but it's easier if you don't have to take that extra step. So here's how it looks at this stage. What do you think? I love this stamp set. The pieces made it very easy to create this lovely wreath image. My coral and pinks didn't peek through quite as much as I had imagined. So here's my trick. I thin the DIY paints with liquid patina to create sheer veils of color. This lets me paint over the stamped images without losing any of the delicate details. This is one of my favorite techniques for painting stamped images, soft color without covering the design. Once I'm happy with the florals and shading, I sealed the entire tray again with liquid patina for a durable soft sheen. Oh, and before I did that, I did take some sandpaper around the edges. I don't think I sanded much on the top. I was pretty happy with the way the distressing was there. But around those edges, I added some sandpaper and just to soften that a little bit, maybe let some of that color shine through that's underneath, those pinks and corals. And I think I went back in with a palette knife and added some even on the top around that edge. So what do you think? Not a hot mess anymore. I love how it turned out. It was a little scary for a while, but it was worth the effort. Once again, I hope this inspires you to go where the art takes you and don't be afraid to change it up. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to purchase products from Aunt Bee's Attic using my link, I will receive a small thank you from them. That just helps me to purchase my materials and keep creating for you.